So I'm making little adjustments. This is how I'm going to start the stream. I'm going to fucking start the stream like this. I was getting certain things set up. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to edit change. All of a sudden, I'm making sure the stream acknowledgement saves the tweet. All I hear is "you suck." And I'm like, what? I had to go check because you never know. Could have been Avalon. I'm gonna see a swerve. Like, damn. Damn, I didn't even hit the thing on time. Anyways. Right before stream, I hit 89 on Reaper. Yes, you did, because I was sitting there going, what? Because, like, I had nearly everything settled. Oh, hold on. I'm an idiot. Hold on. I don't know why I have this like this when Wiggly needs to be here. I'm sitting in front of it. I wasn't paying attention. I was fiddling around with shit. I was like, let me do this and this. But yeah. For a second I was like, Anyways, I got to 89 on Reaper before streaming. So I got its stupid weird gear. But I'm 89 on Reaper. Not it's 565, which we need for the raids. Also, I got a cool glowing sword now. Because I beat the Savage turn 9. Because I'm like, yeah! Nimji. Crystal from Beyond. Hey, it appears my calculations were correct. I knew that this very spot I would soon encounter none other than Theresa, hero who saw us through the final days. So certain I was of my math that I stood here for... Well, let's not concern ourselves. I'm Nimjiji. I'm assistant to President Claudian, and we work on the Alterscope. We observe the ethereal sea and delve into its marauding mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we've recently discovered, for instance, defies every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond, however, so we hope that you may see something in the crystal that we academics do not. I beg of you, lend us your well-traveled eye as Aporia, Professor Claudian, will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. I also started adjusting some of my UI elements so I can finally read, because that's been a big problem for me while doing these streams. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to click on. Aha, this is what I want. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Aporia. Ah, okay. Now I can finally see shit. Then again, I think most of the UI elements are way too big, and that's actually kind of the annoyance. I can't really super adjust them, and that's what sucks. Greetings, Theresa. I'm welcome to our humble laboratory. I'm sure Nimjiji has already told you plenty about us. Allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I'm nervous about this meeting ever since Nimjiji set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there's no greater than an honor to meet the first woman in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often in length with you, Dees, but he's no small number of achievements to his name. He peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that stumped the three of us for moons. It was I who peered into the fabulous scene of the Antitower and the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke to Heidelin and learned of the fate that would befall the star at the final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and even though the Altascope did we continue our vigil and impressive... Yeah. Hello, Mindbender. Vigil. As impressive as the work as the device is, however, it can glimpse a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we discovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals in order of magnitude, and its shape reminiscence nothing of which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, this is distinct of the information we can glean before we're forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very near forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into unknown and beheld its innermost secrets, and now we have to see for yourself. Here it is. Here's the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Alright. Yeah, it looks like the crystals I found in the constellation things. Memory abides within these crystals. As I thought, you do know what it is. Please tell me everything. Well, sure. These are crystals the ancients used to imbue memories of what people were. I see, the Ascians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts appeared throughout the ages. Memories of material techniques manifesting in crystalline shards on the battlefield or stored stones passed from master to student, aka the job crystals. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may provide a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? He's already talking to himself. Ascian memories. When this story gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Theresa story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Who, then, could these memories belong to? And more importantly, why were they stored in a particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift in the ethereal sea? I don't know. Hello, Professor Claudian. Huh? Yeah. I'm well aware of the contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there's propriety to consider. We have a guest. One you invited explicitly. We must do this every time. What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry. I do find myself unmoored by the ties of rumination. Perhaps a more, engaging use of time is with us would be more than take the crystal. If indeed the memories are stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Sure, I'll touch the crystal. Oh, well, it's glowing. If anyone message come Pandæmonium, please. Faces, grave threat, star, in danger. Huh? The expression does not bode well. What did you see? It told me to come to Pandæmonium. I have no idea where that is. Pandemonium is not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of ancient tongues serves me well, it means all demons, not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. Oh, I get it, because Pan is like all, and the demonium is demons, demonica. Huh. What an etymology. In the event of a star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned example of the crystalline memory to hand. Nimjiji Rusana, I trust the procurement to you. If there are any more memories to be extracted from the crystals, we'll find them. As for you, Theresa, there's a person I'll have you seek, the one who delivered this so dire of a warning. Your story tells of his crystals that could be very well been made by one of the ancients. If that's the case, then discerning the nature of Pandemonium will require a trip to the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Yeah, I did technically travel back in time to Elpis, so... I must confess, the tales of people and adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been the subject of much debate in my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is a fact. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if it needs to be concerned by this message. So I guess I gotta go back to the past to find out where Pandemonium is, then go back to the present? Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think that you would have seen the last of its memories. More might be drawn out as you approach the source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon, share our findings. Time to go back to the past.
Nut.
Nut. What? Look at all the chocobos. Wait. Oh, I'm needed. Oh, I have the journey to the ocular. Fuck. Whoops. I don't think Lala's here. Okay. Ethernet. We'll just do this. Nonetheless. Into the ocular? Sure. Feel like I wasted. Well, yeah. Then again, I've been doing hunts. If receives this message. Well, I guess I'm going in then. Come, Pandemonium, quickly. We're gonna have that cutscene where I go, whoa, wow. Ah, that was blurry for a second. Ah. Yeah, I would figure that it would be in the present. Ugh. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. You told me a falling star would appear before me. I suppose you must be it. I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. What? Is Elidibus coming on to me? I think Elidibus is coming. Themis. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis, as you can clearly see by my bare face. I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I'm come here on assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You can certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it's plain that you do not belong here, or any place that I know of, for that matter.
What an impressive semis.
Miss. I am Hazim's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I do not know what my friend had such a unique familiar at her disposal. If you're here at Azim's behest, then I believe that I can hazard a guess at your purpose. You're here to investigate Pandæmonium, yes?
Azum made a big Didi Gos GF.
Yes. If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how do you come to collide with my skull? Am I gonna tell the truth? I see. I believe this dispels any major doubts I have concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Fascinating. Well, I cannot say how much it contains. It's clear that these are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandæmonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis and is overseen by the words of Laha Brea. It houses those creatures, creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of the surrounding aether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandæmonium ceased. I'm here to represent an organization that works directly with the Convocation and been tasked with investigating this incident. Now, there was some measure of transparency between us. May I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? We should go to Pandæmonium. That's where we should go.
Green Lizard Bat.
Oh. During the course of investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Melian in Aporia or Ujol and Razana. Oh. They're telling me when I get my gear. Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let's journey Pandemonium together. Our destination is the same. I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. What? Yes, there is. Well, we have no trouble to access both. I do hope you agree, for I'd be loath to part ways from Falling Star. I'd been waiting for so long. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with a friend I mentioned earlier. She had noticed the anomaly near Pandemonium. Only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were seen poking our heads into the restricted facilities, it could be raised questions. Hello, Lala. You played with Lala. Do you play? I played with Lala just because, like, it was on Primal. Like, my main's on a different day of the center period, and I haven't played with Tor. Oh. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." When I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Yes, which we don't know when that's going to happen. Though, even so, her hands are what come, generally more cryptid. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice to say that I'm grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we first must gain permission from the words of La Hebrea for entry into Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at the Anagnoresis. Yeah, okay, so Tor's on Crystal, which I thought about moving to Crystal because, like, Crystal probably has, like, the layer. Oh, wait, I should look at my mounts. Hold on. Because I gained some new ones
Oh, Rara, my
recently.
friend is here. Hello, Rara, you are looking especially ugly today.
Hmm? Got the rounder, the dark. Oh, darkest Nidhogg's. Recently I got the demonic one. Demon bird. I've been soloing things off and on. But why? By next month, yes, we'll probably have. Man, you look evil. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. I shall register your aether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Now that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we're not meant to conduct our investigation together. Of course, while you have my permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with the utmost care. You are to heed the warden's instructions at all time.
Hey,
Those who conduct those works when Pandemonium are called wardens, for their role is to respect for the creature's revenge. Huh? The APs have not been great. The handling of it has not been. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Hebrea has the claim that such creations are worthy of further study and interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightfully imagery, but Pandemonium is a frightful place. I know that the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Hebrea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from here. Then I take it means you have decided nothing amiss of late? The warders have nothing to report that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations of ether have been observed, but surely Master La Hebrea would have been acted if there was anything worth worrying about.
Square has sacked for over a decade now.
I see it appear. Well, over a decade there's been 14, so... And the Pixel remasters. And they brought back Saga and the Mana series. I see, it appears the library is well kept abreast of what's goings on here. Yeah, they're not EA levels. And they're not Activision levels either.
J fact, up the launch of 14, it only got good when they started, bringing in their
You do
older
realize that
talent.
14 was made by older talent in the first place? Like, it was made by some of the people who were on 11. Like, Yoshida had been there, but it was like they were in the Dragon Quest portion of the entire company. You seem to be quite familiar with La Brea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell. He got jobbed twice. You know mere familiar, are you? La Brea is not known for being generous with time. That one could have stories of his company almost beggar belief. Regardless of whether I doubt to tell you of this, he is of convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandæmonium. The Nias will take us there on the eastern bank of the Leth. Let us delay no further.
I still want to forgive them for not continuing Deus Ex. They still rigid trashed the launch of 14 and built it again on its ashes.
Oh. This thing again. I've continued to contain my surprise for the sake of appearance. But it's true that you have met La Brea in the flesh. I'm finding you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager, or why else would the fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be
I am
told,
glad
this
the
will be...
Hitman devs got out and they own the IP now.
I will sit back and say that is probably for the best. I think how Enix has been handling Western studios sucks. But, like, they do help do the thing fine for their Eastern stuff. As I said, I cannot completely shit on them when they finally brought back... They've made the they brought Second and Setsu 3 over. And then they made their Trials of Mana. And they started redoing Saga stuff. And it seems like putting more effort in, like, doing some remasters and re-releases of PS1 games. Especially since we do whatever. The things that I can fault them for is, like, all the PC versions of these games going directly to Epic. Even though I get it, it's like they're just basically taking Epic's money. It's stupid. But we're going to teleport to Pandæmonium. The Pixel remasters are great. And I think, like, that kind of comes from, like, them learning to improve Chrono Trigger.
FFXIV is the only good Final Fantasy game since X.
As much as I feared. The speakers seemed in such high spirits from the moment I thought the ethereal regularly might mean so potent as I imagined. Alas, 'tis fleeting and a vain hope. The gaze upon a complex nexus of change and wars. The untrained eye might not see anything awry. No effect has been spared into making this place impenetrable. Even the finest of masterworks are not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out.
インスルトゼアープレシャスファイナルファンタジー&ララゲッツ、バットマド、ライトニングサックス、ララ、ゲットオーバ
Fear
ー
not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrive. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is still long.
Very quickly in my opinion.
15 has problems because, like, the beta didn't make a good game. Like, I platinumed that game, but I have not done any of the DLCs, and it's one of those things where I just fucking, it was mindless enough for me to go, okay, I'll do the mindless thing. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence of the air speaks volume, but I do not expect a bustling facility. I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be seek one out wherever they may be. However, there's something you must know. The magic I wove when entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if you are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandæmonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let's not hope to be grateful that neither of us are here alone, trapped in the hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceful solution, then I hope I can rely upon your strength to see us through. You have my promise.
I prefer current Dragon Quest over current FF at this point.
Thank you for offering help so willingly. If your weapon's drawn, I hope it lends at least some touch of magical support. Creation magics do not have their uses in that regards. I had the mind to use your ether as a basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. We're going to create our party. Then shall it be out now? I wonder what awaits us within Pandæmonium's pitiless halls. The first circle. Okay, let's... Oh, wait, hold on. What do I still have on? Oh, trials. Whoops. Yeah, instant kill. I have no idea what any of these bosses are going to be. I haven't even heard the music yet. I'm going in super blind. The world with an Asphodelos, the first circle. Ah, some guy. I'll save them. I must. What? Yo. This appears to be one of the wardens we seek, but I'm afraid he's no state to answer things. Perhaps you can bring him to... what? Heal or whatever? It's like, yeah, those people were totally created out of nowhere. Eric Thanidas. What? Thanoius? I have no idea what to do, but I hope we're just going to attempt. We're going to make an attempt. An attempt will be made. I mean, it's first tier, so it shouldn't be that bad, right? Okay. Yeah, I had an idea. So, wherever he swings this change, move over. Oops. I've been fucking up my rotation. So far, this is pretty easy. I can't wait to... Then again, it probably doesn't have, like, the Eden problem. Eden was pretty hype when you just get to the first one. It's like, yo, we're just doing this straight off the bat. Wait. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have fire. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay, I think I know what to do. Switch back and forth between every single thing. Because I guess getting 3 stacks would be bad. That seems a simple enough concept. What? Yes, fire. Okay, so whatever circles around him is going to... I mean, I do kind of like Undertale. I do have an enjoyment of the Under-Earth Tales. Oh, I didn't see the swinging chain. That's fine. I mean, Deltarune has 2 chapters, isn't really, like, finished. Episode 1 and 2 are fine. I'd rather, like, compare the 2 when I get a completed product.
Pianissimo.
You felt okay. Now I need fire. Hello, TK.
Dicks!
I have not been doing my rotation right. Oh, damn it. Did I get actually hit by
アス
that?
バットアスバッ
Shit.
トアスバットアスバット
At least there's tank busters. I kind of wish they would go back with like a lot of the older dungeons and add like the tank buster mechanics and stuff that they've been doing in the newer ones. Just kind of as like a, you know, maybe do that.
ラライス A のルギー
Ah, I throw something. Everybody's getting mad about opinions on the internet. Ah, why?
オールアイヒアイズアバロナンドララシークレットリーツータンイーチアザーゼバッツ
Yeah, they do.
ブロックチェ
You
ーン
know, they have that Mary Cup full energy. Oh. I wonder how Savage is going to be. I'm actually kind of surprised this entire raid series required 565 to end. Ah! You're lucky. Oh. You're lucky that we're at the end of the fight, so this doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go by muscle memory, and I got hit by something I shouldn't have gotten hit by. One more parties have not completed this duty. You got some more second chance points. Okay.
コン
Unsung.
グラチュレーションズザバー1ユーブデフィーテッドボンデージドッグオーク
I guess he is bondage Doc Hawk. Doc Hawk. Everybody else is a creation, therefore I can't do... Let's see. I don't want this. I'm probably going to pass on the pants and whatnot. I'm going to try for the helms. Okay, good. I got 99 on one of them, so fuck it. And let me at least pop those here. Okay, okay. I can... Wait. Are you serious? Oh, fuck off. He gave me the greaves. Well, at least those are the boots, right? Yeah, those are boots.
What a shame.
Fine. I'm not going to give anybody fucking commendations because I don't need to give commendations. Because otherwise I actually will lose experience. And I'm trying to give Reaper to 90. That was a thrilling display, and if it may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether
You
fought
suck.
ever more splendidly than I anticipated. I suppose they were cut from an excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man has regained his senses. He wears the robes of a warden. I'm
You
very
suck.
curious to see what drive him to attack to such a thing. What? No. Yeah, I know they're 580. But I'm like, I'd rather get the boots and a helm or boots and gloves than like to get like my accessories yet. Theresa, he stirs.
I'm dying. Thank you forever.
I know. I have no compliments via audios. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I knew not of your intentions. Pray accept my apologies and thanks. Have you knocked some sense back into me? I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. I am Eric Thondius, the warden of Asphodelos, Pandemonium's highest lair, and the place we're in now. One must be wondering why you were so desperate to keep us out. What was happening in Pandemonium? The creatures interred with Asphodelos have been set free, and it stalks its halls with no end but violence. What? Why? This is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No. Why would it ever happen before? No, never. Each layer of Pandemonium is under the charge of a key warden, which is strict control of the most minute of aspects of their domain. They are selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, they're separated from my colleagues. I remember a chorus of whispers assailing my systems, only after flashes of rage and fury. Then blackness from which to awoke to find what had overcome me was gone. I see, your senses may be muddled by the magics that affected mine. Perhaps the same self once as you saw you separated from the other wardens? Whatever has taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from his clutches. That you've come here to the surface must mean that the word has reached our plight in the outside world. If you know anything, nay, help, pray tell. Everything's gone bad. Horror amongst horror, so Pandemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same self-individual or individuals that released his captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such a knowledge avails little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said that you work for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what's transpired here, what measures would they have taken? Doubtless they would consider the place to be a lost cause. Pandemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps would be wiped from existence entirely. We would nuke it. Trying to do something. As I thought, were the creatures escaping the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite the value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste if we can expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone? I wouldn't leave the other warriors to face certain doom. I know that they fight for survival even now, and they wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see their creatures return to their cells at all costs. And then I must do the same, Themis. I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given the chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Eric, whatever. Big, fucking Greek word. But my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only co-sign yourself to an early death. Strength and resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation had only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So for the time being, there's slightly more than resolve to rely upon. Yeah, I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment you felt from the sky has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes the same way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfying conclusion. So you agree to help? For a moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandemonium yet holds, so for a moment time in our favor, let us proceed upon the course you and Theresa have set upon us.
You suck!
Eric Conthenas, taken from the ancient rule of Athens. Oh no, yeah, no, you have to understand, they have basically made the ancients in this game Greeks.
No.
Like, every single one of them has been a Greek name. On top of that, like, I think it's, the Rogadins borrowed from Welsh. And a lot of, like, different origins. Like, Aurorisia is definitely designed to be Europe in certain ways. The ones are great, yeah. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandæmonium halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now, let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates in case they have followed you out. I still find it weird that this reminds me a little bit of the Tower of Latria. Just a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, no, they're fine with that. Under the surface. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means that neither creature nor warden has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstood, but do you mean to rescue the wardens and the creatures both? Very proof. Oh wow. Okay. Naturally, although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor and our untold hours of study go to waste. I dare say La Brea will smile to hear you say that. That is, if we were to report this incident to him. Smile. I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Hmm?
So you
met him before. I was under the impression he rarely visits Pandæmonium. I have. My mentor, yes, my mentor was previous head of his facility. That is to say, La Brea's predecessor in the position of chief keyword. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. It was she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I do not know there was a chief keyword before La Brea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven to duty to the words, then. You also wish to preserve the work of your mentor. You have the right of it. I'm lacking of the ideas how to go about that. However, I'm a mere warder, and I cannot wield intermittent magics.
But
of course, I hardly expected you to be versed in the magics we use here. But if you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you with ethereal shackles. Interment is more powerfully refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. Will both be used to keep our subject docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use the interment. Even if we're allowed, I lack the aptitude to use such a spell in any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of the forms of spellcraft. Especially, La Brea is specially established at Foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, interment freezes the very space around them for as long as the caster wills. Indeed, while the illusory beings you summon were in a fight suggests as much, to your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you are already mastered the art of interment and have been lecturing you like a child all this time? I'm afraid that's where my knowledge ends. I have not precise understanding how invocation interacts with those natural laws and being needed to cast said spells with any consistency. And while I consider myself well versed in various magics, it'll be ill-advised to assume the duties of keyword without instruction. That being said, if I learn more interment and inner workings, perhaps. You leave fight. fight me. I fight. You guys talk nerd talk. I dare say we can do just that. Erithonias, you implied that what prevented you from performing the interment was a lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your powers with my own? Would that spell succeed? I can't say for certain. I've never heard such a thing done before. I believe we may have our best recourse. That is, this course, assuming you perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, we could have answered to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that the emotions have been buried in my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well, let's work for a specific afterwards. Once we do, we can test our methods of escape creatures, though there's a matter of finding one. What? Yes, I'm ignoring you guys for having your discussions while I enjoy the video game. It'd be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage in a single creature that Theresa could dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the hippocampus wandering the waterways in my flight. Perhaps it's still there? A few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we were able to engage these beasts without fear of unwanted guests. So we're going to fight a hippo, I guess. Then we shall be first target. Perhaps our subject is a better term. Before we commence with the interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Yes, you can. As dependable as ever, once you've given a thought to trouncing, we shall bind this hippocampus with the keyword magic. Until then, my illusion shall fight beside you. The hippocampus will be alone as a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and will be home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. I guess that's why why it has a poo water thing. I mean, it's a hippo, it lives in water, it has poo.
ザッツイとララアバルガレーエマリードカップル。Who's the man or woman in the relationship?
Obviously, Lala's the man. Second circle. Hell yeah, instant cues. Yeah, I mean, this guy had like red eyes, didn't he? Okay. That's not a hippo. What the fuck are you? Mythic Creations, the hippocampus. Why would you make something like this?
Hey, listen.
Come on. Yeah, this ain't a fucking hippo. Also, let's just test it. Let's just see how good it is. I don't know. We'll test. There's nasty poo water. I've heard about nasty poo water. Oh, yeah, okay. It's I should have. Ooh. Yeah, I should have actually done more than just nothing there. What? Oh. I don't know what it's trying to do. Okay, so maybe like this? Oh, no, 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 no. They want...
Zaba went into nasty pool water and that's how he became lizard man.
No, that's not how that works. Okay, so wherever it's facing would be it. Okay. So, where are you... Wait. I guess anything that is not the squares? Okay. Now I see. Higher ground or the sewers.
I hope Zaba uses
Oh,
German TTS for a week. Eventually, I want to. Hear TTS that sounds like it is angry all the time.
Oh, I guess we need a
You
stack.
drank Coco water. Bloody lad.
I barely was hearing. German TTS would be really dumb, but also funny. Oh wait, it can be moved. It what? Why does its heads come off? Also, I guess I should move over here. Is that head slowly moving or barely? Okay. Okay, I'll just move. Cool. I love. What a hippo. Okay. Wait, no. Not doing that.
It wants to breed you, Zaba.
No, I don't want to get bred by it. Okay, it's going into center. So, is it doing poo water again? I think it's about to do poo water again. Yeah, it's doing poo water again. Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, we're gonna have to be over here. Okay, so the head... Where the head goes is a frontal cone. Where the body goes, it's a vertical or horizontal cone thing? Learning is fun. Learning is fun. God damn everything. Learning is fun. I think I've seen basically the fight, so.
I have learned that there is a cockfield.
I like how one of its attacks is called disassociation. Oh, that's why it's called disassociation. It gets rid of its head and then sprouts a new one. Okay. Okay, its severed head did that. And then it regrows one because why not?
Stop with damage to you two and watch the wave block.
I should do that in this. Let them fight. Oh, okay, why not? Fine. But it's boring boss fights. It's much fun to sit back and shit on each other. Okay, I need to... You and this. And maybe, you know what? Fuck it, this as well. Fuck. I was like looking at that, I'm like, maybe not. Okay, it's sewage again. So far, these fights have been pretty simplistic, but then again, it's tier 1, so I shouldn't put it past it. Then again, I still don't know why they didn't tune it for like 555 instead of 565.
Did you hear about the show of the pizza mode?
Oh, fucked up. What? I know. I have not heard anything about pizza mode. In fact, what did I do today? Oh yeah, I watched the fucking yeah, let me go over here. Pizza's bad now?
I am gonna keep commenting about Lara and Avalon being bad buddies.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm barely thinking. Oh, the grub order. The thing that I cannot do because I live in a very rural area and don't have Grubhub. I mean, sure, if I lived like maybe 20 other miles away, maybe I could have gotten that. Because I think, wait, shit. It'd be over here. Or arm's length. Nope. I timed arm's length badly. I got the tick of damage. Damn, it's doing not that much. And now it's being ahead again. Yeah, it's about. So yeah, it's still doing 10k, but I'm okay because I'm a tank. That's only like a small portion of my own damage. Also, I guess I should go over here. Yeah. That was kind of bad on my end. But it's 30%. Yeah, I do. I think tanks typically now have twice as much. This, and please heal, please heal. Okay, good. No, that would be stupid. The hippo is dead. That was totally a hippo. It liked water, so it was a hippo. Oh. It has been chained. Okay, loot. Last time I got Greaves, so I should... Fuck. Let me pass on some of these. so that I don't, so people can at least do them. And so maybe I can. If I pass on that, okay, good. I don't want to pass on this because it might mean that I lose. So people need to roll. Okay, I got it. I got something. There we go. No player accommodations because.
Reserve the right to not give you a code.
Oh, fuck off. That sucks. I think that is the exact same thing that fucking the Butterfinger shit. I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but this makes just clean work of the hippocampus. Seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandæmonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Demis's power is more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that made me feel like a proper magus. Truly, have you seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Theresa? I beg to disagree. Shackles is one exception, and it is only because I've been forced to practice this since I was a small child. Other magics make me feel completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. It guided me to you when might prove impossible after all. You know what? I probably want some cred this time around. The Fires of Creation. We're 2 bosses in. While his success in sealing away the hippocampus is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The key warden Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what wardens he can to retreat to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that we know little of the key wards besides their magic prowess. Is there more you can share? Look at that man. Look at that man in his goatee and glasses. Of course, a man by the name of Perseus is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only has he been through knowledge of creatures here, but he's taken great pains to mentor each one of the wardens till his charge. Oh, hey, yeah, I see it. I see it now. The bot will go away. Botto. We will ban the botto. The bottle has been bento. Taking great pains to be a mentor of each of the wardens under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourish here in spite of my ineptitude in magic. I have always known him to be sort of man who faces difficult decisions of unvarying composure. Because fuck it, it looks like Dracula anyways. This entire castle looks like a Castlevania place. Furthermore, key wards are not the masters of a tournament. They can also bend the halls of Pandæmonium to their wills with creation magic. With that in mind, I'm certain that so long as Hesperius guides them, the other wardens are safe. What if he's a Dracula? What if he was a Dracula? No, I'm not. I can see why absolute control of the environs is imperative. Have we faced the hippocampus upon said errant sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if there's Hesperius is capable of carrying, as you said, we will seek him out.
You must protect.
Oh. As soon as you can. He hasn't not taken colleagues in a secure location. What? Why? Hey, listen. This is the safest place would be in the most circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Asphodelos if hard pressed. Even they should have sought safe haven within the outer circles. If we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them along the way. Okay, indeed, we shall gather comprehensive understanding of the situation with Asphodelos, which we will essentially determine whether we should ought to continue to Asphodelos. The rub, of course, is that I might possess no power to bend the circles of will. Instead, we must proceed to the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix? Phoenix? The Phoenix? I've heard the name before. A fiery bird with eternal life. Okay, no, it's a phoenix. Great, we're gonna fight Phoenix again. Beyond incredible brilliance, the perfected concept boasted nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the backbone of back of failure, however, and La Habrea has suffered countless missteps during his experiments. What if I was a summoner and I showed off Phoenix? And if it'd be hardly only one, this Phoenix would be one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Far from the invoking warner, a Phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, and only seeks to turn the world to ash, thus it was confined within Pandæmonium. Development of the concept continue elsewhere, but as moons turn, more and more researchers abandon the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his words. As I received word that at long last La Habrea has succeeded where so many had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the Wardens of Pandæmonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? We didn't. I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea have little consequence upon our work here, save for the rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. La Habrea is a stick in the mud. That's all we're learning. But enough of reminiscing. We must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible they flew to some other wing of Pandæmonium, we would be making the assumption at our own peril. But it is assumed that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail us a little in the barren corridor than elsewhere, though it may serve us to subdue it sooner than rather than later. Why? I mean, it's not like I haven't seen it before, but fuck. Welcome to Castlevania on the PS2. What? Oh, well, I guess it's out there, I guess. Should I fight it? What? Motherfucker, you're just Dracula!
いつだという
Motherfucker, you're just Dracula! Why are you just Dracula? What? It is pretty Plankton. It's like, oh, he looks pretty evil. And I remember hearing somewhere like, yeah, this kind of feels like Castlevania. And I'm like, oh no. It seems that whoever behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those are creation magic that works, that means... Let's confront the reality after we've conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our force will be required if we're to enter the Phoenix. Well, let's beat the third circle, which is Phoenix, and I guess the fourth circle, which is Dracula. Okay, third circle. No instant pop? Damn. Like 5 seconds later is not instant video game. I was expecting instant. Okay. Why does it have 4 wings? The Phoenix. Why does it have 3 heads? Okay, you know what? Fucking charge in. Let's just see. I'd rather charge in and just go Unga. Learn as you go, because I'm that way. Whoa! Okay, it did something, and it did it quickly, and I did not see. Shit.
Listen.
Yo! Yeah, I'm already kind of going, what? Okay, we at least have a tank buster. Of course, that did so much. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Like these to these? Okay. So it seems like the circle, yeah. Okay. That seems simple enough. Yay. Alright, we learned something. So okay. We learned. And now I need to see what that attack is that does a front AoE. Okay, this thing. What? Okay, so he does an ability that goes up. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Tank Buster. Wow, it's a Tank Buster that goes off of both tanks. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, now that we have our introduction to... It feels like he was... Oh. Yeah, I should not have moved. I don't think I should get in front of this. I think I should get out of the way. What? Storm Streaks? Oh. This seems like I should not, like, have circles overlapping. So...
Off to the crematorium.
Yeah, that's this fight, it looks like, considering everything. Okay. Oh god, this second bird.
I'm done. Thank you, whoever.
Maybe, like... I feel like there's probably gonna be a third bird. Nope. Okay, good.
You suck.
What? Are they gonna come back alive, or... Dark. You know what? Do this. Yeah, okay. Now it has 4 little heads around. Shit. I'm not dead. We're pretty alive right now. Oh. Okay. We're just gonna have to start turning around. Oh god. Nope, no dead frogs. See? Still alive. But barely. But it's fine. Oh, hey. Time to do tank busters. Yeah, we wanted to do brand new things. We're just gonna rip off Castlevania. That's a brand new thing, right? Oh. Out of the corners, I guess. Oof. I'm trying to keep this one in the center, but it doesn't look like it wants to get in the center. No, I'm not burning. I see no burning here. What I see is a fucking bird that needs to die. Like all birds. Except for maybe certain bird features. Maybe they can live. Oh shit, I forgot about that part. Shit. I'm gonna heal myself. Okay, good. Yes, but I don't want to talk about that. Why would you ask about shedding of skin? Oh. You know what? I'm fucking just hollow grounding off of this. Fuck it. I have 1 stack of bone. I'm not going to take another stack of bone. I'm not a warrior. Okay, hold on. I want to stay right here and then move.
Because Renjil has a wizard and might be able to recommend creams.
Oh, this gets to be the fun one. Yeah. Hey, do I have vuln stacks? No, I don't have vuln stacks. That's good. What I have is messing up my DPS rotation because what do you mean fire is okay? Never mind. It's like what do you mean fire is consuming the field? Oh. Oh, this is gonna be really fun. Oh no. Okay, I need to. Okay, he's going. Of course this fucking mechanic comes back. Why would he? No. Yeah. See, crows are fine. Yeah, have fun. This is, wait, when did I get a vuln stack? Also, maybe I need to, I don't know, heal. Maybe I shouldn't have read chat. Okay, big circle. The big ball means get out of the middle. Where? Okay. How dare you? I was going to wreck brick scat on you. Okay, good. Have that, and I don't have that, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I went too far. Damn. Ew. Okay, which way am I going? This way. Alright. We only died once during this. Oh. And that's fine. We did a big Castlevania. I thought this was going to be like Final Fantasy II bosses, but I'm kind of glad they decided against that. And decided, fuck it, Castlevania. I still need to watch Season 4 of Castlevania. Maybe after this fucking thing, I need to boot up the Netflix. Because I finally have watched, a bit. Am I going to get one of the AoEs? No? Okay, yeah, I do. Okay. Why are you Oh, we don't have anybody else other than ranged. Yeah, everybody's ranged. They're either magic or range. True. But like when I think about Pandæmonium, I think of Final Fantasy II. Because we gotta go to hell. Okay, so I got the boots. Mind bender, there is a person who's doing Castlevania. His name is Igarashi, and it's called Bloodstained. And Bloodstained's pretty cool. If you haven't played Bloodstained, please buy Bloodstained. Ritual of the Night is a Castlevania. It's a Metroidvania. It has Booba. What do you mean there's an extra? Oh. Okay, so. I don't want these. Not yet. So I'll pass on those. I kind of don't want to go for one of these. So, I guess what I'll get is a helm. No, let me go for gloves. Okay, I guess I'm getting a helm. I don't want to. I said I didn't want to do that. So now I have to get another helm. That's great, playthrough. Yeah. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there's yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there's one person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears that he saved us the trouble of finding him. A complimentary display has benefits of inferior specimens. Please tell me he turns into the Sin of Man. I would love for him to turn into the Sin of Man. Even so, I expected at least one to delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the other chains of the intermediate drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators would care to admit, or you're no mere trespassers. I hope our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. just motherfucking Dracula. Look at this Dracula-ass motherfucker. Oh, I can't do that. Keyword Hyperius. Why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandæmonium? Pandæmonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keep. What has possessed you? I don't understand. No, I won't a screenshot. No, that's recent gameplay. Also, I did finally beat Chapter 9 of Yakuza Kiwami. I will show you what happens at the end of that on Christmas Eve. It's just Vampire Kojima. Yes, I beat the bullshit. Yeah, that's what this was. That's what this was. This is me, my winning attempt. It's bullshit. Trust me, it is very much so bullshit. I will talk about it on Friday. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, I heard whatever. You must pester me with those inane questions. Think of yourself. Surely you must have a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been out of one in sight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. 2 hours. That's how long it took me. You may look like him, but you're not the Hyperius I know. Something has warped you too, from inside out. Yes, 2 hours. It was 3 a.m. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, but they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was it all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse at the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it's ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers make the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential, soon to be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Like, wait, you're La Habrea's kid? But of course, it was always about La Habrea. I want your sword. Silence! You're not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surely bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creatures and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. You are fucking just Dracula! As a Hermitheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful until the days. Oh, he's using the imprisonment thing. And he shall require no other. I think not. Boom. I did a hero punch. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Iracanthias is more than capable than you would ever know. It was thanks to her instructions that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Am I going to fight Dracula now? Let me fight Dracula. Therese, let us quit this place. Wherever poisons has corrupted Harris Perseus' mind is plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength soon. TM. Oh no. Ah, UV light. I hate it. I better have the ability to make his coat. Weaklings as they may be, it takes but a single aptitude to master interment so quickly, to say nothing how swiftly that familiar lay low the Phoenix. Regardless, the noble aims will be their undoing, where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos. I continue my work, even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain. Naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Acanthrius. Even Delids have their uses. I figured. Like, I've heard the music of part of Pandemonium 4 is really, really good. And I only judged by that by a tweet someone sent out saying, I've been listening to it over and over again. My darkest suspicion has been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos of itself. More than a revelation, however, Erechthondius worries me. He loved Hesperius for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the short shock of recent events does not provide the beaten death knell of his resolve. I'll go with Savage Material. Oh, I'm just going to get, yeah. Who wards the wardens? Much as I'm loath to serve Erechthonius as soon as we just occurred, I'm afraid the circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. I doubt it. We don't have like a class that would have a web. There's no Beastmaster class. The creation of the ward that surrounds Pandemonium was an astonishing feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I combine others in chains is perhaps the only thing we've had in common. So it is true. I am La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magic over his brilliant man, but son nonetheless. Surely this does not come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I have an inkling when you said you have practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it indicates some long-held connection with La Habrea. Oh, true. A sword, it would be more Soul Calibur for a whip sword. But I think there is a whip sword in, like, Bloodstained. That was La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles, but it was not it. My father's education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher here. You do speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? How astute. I can see why you were were chosen to lead this investigation. You're the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. I see. There's a little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibility, with nary a moment to spare to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he's offered not one of compassion then? I see. She's no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea, while he's lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances. I must admit that this often comes across as cold. Apologies, but we can speak of something else. This topic is an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there's more pressing matters at hand after all, namely how to deal with Asparagus. We have yet to see the other wardens. Judged by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperius has confined them somewhat beyond our grasp. And now that he's aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperius can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. He said that he's become one of his creations. Perhaps that means he's vulnerable to internment? In theory, that should be possible. However, it is merely to confine him after all he's done. I need to know why. I need to know why he drove him to forsake everything he worked for. Was it all truly so he can serve his master? To my mind, he merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandæmonium. How would throwing it in disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has put us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would you too dangerous to allow him quarter? If you fail to confine him, I'll strike him down like the sin of man that he's become. Daring as ever, I see. I know not what trials you've faced in your past, but you seem so certain in all the convincing I need. Very well, let's try Erythrion's plans. Erythrion's plans. I believe it sheds some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperius spoke of us, I noticed he bore telltale things of the Vicrulas, a beast that feeds off the aether of his prey. Likely, this creation, Hesperius, merged with his existence. As we know all too well that he can change the environment around him as well, the battle will not be an easy one, but I believe our victory. Now we will go forth. That almost sounds like some stuff that happens in the Reaper quest line, where it's like, yeah, I can just suck the aether force of whatever. But yeah, the fact that this castle does kind of bear somewhat of a resemblance to Castlevania, and now the last boss is basically Dracula. The perpetrator of the chaos in Asphodelos is revealed to be none other than his keyword, Hesperius. Once known for his kindness, both his ward and his captain's alive, now appears before you, amalgamated a mythic beast and a man, a Hemitheus, drunk with devotion of La Brea, dripping with venom of or whatever. He's here. We will do him. We will fight him in the most Castlevania of stages. I wish it was a drop. It might be one for later on. Because I already know what the gear drops look like for this dungeon, and they look nothing like that. Amethios Hesperios. Don't touch the boof sticks. Okay, I guess this guy's gonna go first, but that's fine. What? Why is there... What? Everybody's going over here. So... Oh, I touched the spikes by accident. I thought those were a wall. Whoops. Shit. That is my own fault. Okay. Okay. Spikes are instant kill. They're not a wall. That's what the boof sticks mean? It's just funny to me. Like, I figured there would be some invisible wall, but I guess not. Oh. Oh! I don't know how I survived that. Do I have... Oh, wait. I didn't mean cover. I mean intermission. It's fine. Yes. I know. Okay. Okay, so I'm guessing I need to... Okay, so... Okay, he's gonna have like a big face transition, isn't he? Wait, no. Oh, I get it. Okay. One of those is no tanks, no DPS. Okay. That makes sense. If you... That's a new one. Here's the meteor thing. Only certain classes can be in this meteor thing. Wow. Are we supposed to... Oh. A little bit. I can understand that because holokinesis was also something that was extremely similar. Huh? Oh. Shit! I did not know what that would have done. Well, I now know. Every time it's been due to spikes. Yeah. Balls. Okay. I think I get it. Yeah, that's neat. I will... I'm surprised he didn't have like some big face transition thing. Okay, I don't know what fire does. Okay, fire's a stack. Good. They didn't show me what a fire does. Okay, lightning is the meteor. Right?
How was chicken Little Moriko, S server?
Oh! I Chicken Little is pretty stupid. I don't know how to really talk about that movie outside of Kingdom Hearts 2 was Chicken Little's best appearance. I guess that might be kind of how to say it. I don't know what the message of that movie is supposed to be, because, like, Disney movies typically have a message, right? You know, sometimes. And I guess it's, like, the message is to parents to listen to their children, because that has to be it. Yeah, I know, I feel really okay about figuring out the opposite thing. Actually, my brother was talking to me about this, like, earlier, where it's like, please tell me you'll figure out something that people were having trouble with. Because it's really simplistic. And, like, I thought it was going to be something about the spikes, and I was going to be like, oh, yeah, I might have fucked up the spikes. But no, that seems easy enough. A big symbol of what you are, plus a no means, yeah, fucking... Man, I actually kind of almost want to look at what Savage is going to be in 2 weeks. He probably will have a second form. Because they usually do. Bat out of hell. Could be worse. I've defeated Dracula. Good job. Yay. Wait. Yeah, we didn't wipe. So we only wiped on the third account.
You don't belong in this world.
Yeah.
Condor the Orbs, Wizard Lizard.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? Oh yeah, I said I don't have the ability to pick a helm. None of these are helms. Pass. I'm gonna try to... Nope. Alright, I guess I'm getting at least 2 pieces of gear. I'll get a ring. Now, Thamus, we end this here. At least for the next 6 months. Fools, I will not be put in chains. Don't. Oh no, is he going to become the sin of man? To think that I will fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. You were wasting your breath, whatever, Dracula. We have the upper hand, now you see that. Yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet. However, I have failed. My end shall be on my own terms.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I don't know. No. I remain loyal to my lass. Come what I may, I die with dignity. That's a lot of... No way. It's the 24 man is probably going to be various ruins across Aurozia. That's the way I think of it. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperius? You were better than that. Your stars shone more brightly than the others in Pandemonium. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all of that and sully your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lies in tatters. I failed to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would like to know why he chose this path. Haraspis' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous he had chosen you, not him, to be La Habrea's son? The fate had chosen. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought the Verbertine power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore? How does the pursuit for respect warp one's heart? How does infatuation with one person turn to contempt for everyone else? I have never heard of such a thing. Yeah, it happens, doesn't mean it's right. I see, I admit that I cannot find it vexing. Perhaps it signifies not but my own capacity for bitterness. I do not understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true. How is it to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again? What if this guy actually is La Habrea? Not that, like, he's pretending to be his son, but because La Habrea is a seat on the convocation, that whatever we fight dies, and then he becomes La Habrea. I mean, it's a chance. It's a thought. But we spent enough time assuming the intention of the departed. There are living to consider. We must find the other wardens and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. It's a Jack is chaos type of, yeah. I mean, considering that he, like, that whole thing is, my name is Jack. Wait, sorry. My name is Garland. Jack Garland. I'm like, fuck off. Chaos. I believe I can be a help with that matter. The influence of Hesperius magic is fading throughout their Philia does. And now it is perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? Will it stop looking like Dracula's castle from Castlevania?
Zabar the wizard lizard ponders the orb.
I didn't ponder the orb. I gave the orb to other people. What? What is this presence? Hey, Cranthrius, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage where it connects Asphodelos to Abyssios. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense his services in lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. Shall we stare into the abyss and then have it stare back? There's a ward. Ah, shit. This ward, we won't be able to take down this ward for another 6 months. A warden signal? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to apprise of the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Yeah, I can. Well, I mean, especially since, like, the 24-man raid would have happened by that point. Although we've defeated Hesperius, it seems like we've best scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. My head's still swimming from questions. Could this mean that Hesperius was not actually behind this? It's a stark possibility, yes, but the root cause of this crisis might lie somewhere much deeper than the Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said their memories of your escape were vague and your senses were muddled. I believe this is more a result of panicked mind. You are made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that the same magic could poison Hesperius' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, that he was made to offer power that he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperius into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that it wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. More powerful for more power Himethio. Himethio? Something? Now, depending on what raid? Probably. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperius. White bats cry. Do not lose heart yet, Ericonthius. Hesperus would challenge us alone, and that tells me the process of his creations was long and taxing one. If he's the first Hemitheus, then the rest of the wardens are likely still alive. However, as much as I'd like to hasten deeper into Pandæmonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts in finding a way through. With the creatures still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of the circles, and thus we can wield the intermittent magics within the halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, then there's nothing stopping us from returning to order to Asphodelos. Just so, I require your expertise to keep the peace at the subject have been returned to the confinements, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I do not expect this investigation to become somewhat evolved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis soon to say. Let us first make our way to Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and identify the party responsible for the disappearance. Agreed, even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandæmonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certain paint Hesperus actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in the investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with utmost caution. To that end, Ericthianus and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. It should take this time to rest. Surely you're weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may have grown heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to beat it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. We achieved so far has been thanks to you two. I mean to repay the debt I owe you. I don't know what use I can be outside placating the creatures, but we'll find a way. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It's thanks to your knowledge of the magics we've governed this place that we're able to come this far. Elsewise, would be likely to succumb to the hippocampus's assault. Each of us have arrived at dire paths as separate paths, but it's only combining our respective expertise that we reach the end of it and see Pandæmonium saved. This hellish place will soon be saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperius' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we come this far, and together we reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Theresa her rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a proper report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than I ever imagined. Yes, we shall leave. Okay. All we have to do is go back to Labyrinthos. Get rid of go away from Castlevania. Hello. We must go back to the present. Welcome, Theresa. Back from your past, but no worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? I fought Dracula. That's what I found. I found Dracula. And fought Dracula. So there's evil foot in Pandæmonium and already in this place. I must say, the mythic beasts and missing wardens. Surely you're fortunate to see you return to us in but one piece. It appears the voice thrice I heard from the crystal spoke truth as to left behind on why there's yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet, ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery. With the help of Theresa, of course. By her actions was the fabric of the past shaped, yet she returned to us the same as she left. Which can only mean one thing, the intervention in Pandæmonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present must have been built. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stop pursuing this matter now. Where the plot is unraveling within Pandæmonium, we should not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples could carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, or despair, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon the history's pages. Their despair will only feed the terrible beast that rose during the final days. The first final days has already a drastic effect on the eons that follow. If the scars that are left were made even deeper, then we might risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I have asked you much, but I count on you to continue your work in Pandæmonium. Yes, I will continue our work in 6 months. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there's aught we can do to ease your burden, then only say the word. Speaking of which, you may return the crystal in our keeping. While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps it can be gained by researching it further. It shines just as splendid as the day we met. We shall begin on right away, but I cannot promise anything meaningful results for some time, as matters in Elpis seem to be similar state. I must ask that you rest. But before, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into a critical stage, I only found it suitable to recruit another assistant.
What if, at the end of this red line, you find some way to save and hide Elpis?
I don't think I'll save and find Elpis. But maybe we can save and hide it, but maybe we'll find out what actually happened to it in general. Malin is expert in armaments throughout history, be they from far from past or made in most modern forges. Should you find odd interests, serve you bring it here and she'll be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras and make goods to return here with trials ahead. There's your gear vendor, except there's also one in Razed Han as well, so... furthermore, if you wish to peruse the records of events you have reported, Gigi has taken faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in many years of research. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than have it in your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there's anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. And we shall not rest until you have unlocked the mysteries of the crystal, and you'll be the first to know when we do. Yeah, cool. I probably won't skill speed. I won't skill speed just so I can have it on my Reaper. And there you go. But like as we do this, I want to pick shit. Let me pick shit. Here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a ring because I could only grab a ring. And then I will grab boots. Because I can replace this ring. And replace the boots. Ah! Why? Oh, you need to stop making me ponder orbs. Orbies. 568. Actually, hold on. Currency. Now, I'll use this to buy Reaper shit. Because my Reaper's at 89. It's a really cool class. Therefore, I got the cool shit. Anyways,
You will ponder the orbs
I won't
wizard
ponder the
wizard.
orbs right now. Cannot make me ponder orbs right now. We'll move over here. Oh, I realized that you... Well, no, you can't see it. You can't see it. Wait, shit. Today was Tuesday. Okay, so Tuesday was 14. Oh, no, I want to grab this. Parasite Eve tomorrow. We'll finish out the main story of it, but we won't do the Chrysler building. Finishing Deltarune Chapter 2 on Thursday. Finishing Yakuza Kiwami on Friday on Christmas Eve, because that's Christmas Eve.
What is the best size of orbs?
Big orbs. Biggest orbs to do big orb. Is Din still on? Because I've made it my job that I was going to raid him. Yes, he is. Din is doing... There it is. Din is doing a charity stream. We will go see a charity stream with Denzel. So, yes, he's doing it for 24 hours. I think he's nearing his, like, it ends in like 6 or something more hours. So hopefully he can stay up for another 6 hours. But yes, yeah. Anyways, thank you for coming out tonight. Stay safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for Parasite Eve. Have a good night.